Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. I think we gotta go for the big battle here. It would be very safe for us to grab Thorgrim here and do a lightning strike battle on this minor vampire army. Right, look at that. Even auto resolve thinks we win that, although he does have 3 Vargulfs. But the upside of winning this is so large that I think we owe it to ourselves to figure it out. So this is going to be a big one. What do we have? We could initiate this battle with Thorgrim or with the settlement garrison. Okay, I think we probably do it with Thorgrim. We should probably do it with whichever army has the largest number of artillery pieces, because artillery pieces are very awkward to bring into the battle after it is started. So yeah, we initiate with Thorgrim, and we do it like this. Balance of Power Bar thinks we can maybe pull this off. I have higher hopes than it does. There are a lot of scary units out here. Now, it is worth noting that they're going to bring just fewer bodies to the table than we are, because a number of their units are like large single things like a Vargulf or a Corpse Cart. Actually, I don't think this army is very good at all, to be clear. And then they have, heroes and stuff. But we do have to watch out. Vampires are super dangerous. White Kings are incredibly dangerous, and I know there's at least one White King in Manfred's army. Vargulfs can really mess people up, but Vargulfs don't have very good armor, and they don't have great leadership. So I'm hoping that we can just swamp these things with dwarves and trigger the leadership penalty for being surrounded, and just basically try to scare them into falling apart rather than having to fight all the way through them. Crypt Horrors are, I think, pretty scary. They got a lot of units that are fast and will try to get into our artillery, so we have to plan about that. But, honestly, I would put this army up against any one of our existing armies very confidently. They have very few actual infantry troops. The dogs will probably get into the artillery or the ranged and kill some people, but they won't survive doing that. And there's no way these dogs or these bats are a threat to even a unit of slayers, I think, would take these apart pretty well. 1 unit of slayers per unit of dogs, I think, is a fight we win. And then we have stuff like our hammerers here, which are cool and powerful and armor-piercing. They should do good work against the Graveguard. Alright, let's see what the reinforcements are. The reinforcements are... Okay, everybody's coming in behind the enemy army. That's interesting. So the weak army that I was hoping to fight first so we could immediately blow it out is probably not actually Thorgrim's army's first concern. Okay, I have a plan. Let's go all the way to the corner. I'm going to separate myself from my reinforcements as much as possible, which is maybe not great, but I think we really want to try to... Let's have this army deal with these guys, and this army that is reinforcing come up and deal with these as quickly as possible. So I'm going to put our cannons out like this, so we can start firing on those guys immediately. I'll probably do the same thing with the catapults, actually. And then it might be in our best interest. The problem is I didn't actually look at the makeup of his army well enough to know how many flying units there are. I know that there are some Vargeists at the very least. This army, this unit of catapults could even be like this. Just want to make sure we can hit them as soon as they come in. So we have to leave somebody over here to defend. Let's make it somebody who does a lot of damage. What's special about the Dragonback Slayers over normal Slayers? They're unbreakable. I know they have the power of the Dragonback. Okay. They make people weak to fire damage. That's not super relevant here. Alright, let's just have a unit of Slayers, like a pretty good unit of Slayers, hang out here and be ready to mess people up if they get into the artillery. And the rest of us are going to have to commit super hard on holding these things in place. So here's the problem. The fact that the reinforcement symbol is here means that one of the units is going to come in here. It doesn't necessarily, I think, mean that this is the center of their reinforcement area. Because I believe we've seen it be the case that, here's our reinforcement line, and one unit comes in here, and one here, and then, a bunch over here. So I don't really know how best to set up. The Quarreler's in place to start shooting immediately. We're just gonna, we're gonna have to blitz these guys, do as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. Let's have the hammerers over here. I'm expecting their tougher units to try to pivot in toward the artillery. The Ekran miners here, so we can throw some mines right away. These guys are sneaky, and they do pretty good anti-infantry damage, right? Or pretty good armor-piercing damage. Okay, I was going to say, 7 plus 29 is not 73, but okay, that's the damage value over 10 seconds from the ranged attacks. What is this? Oh, this is another unit of Slayers. Well, this is a flanking force primarily, so I guess over on this side, maybe we move these guys back a little bit. The Slayers right here. Actually, the miners should also be close. You have proper ranged attacks. You can be a little further back. And then Thorgrim on one side. I might be overstacking this side, though. Let's put Thorgrim over here. And then the Master Engineer should probably be in a place where his aura affects accuracy and reload skill. Maybe he should be in a place where his aura affects these guys, actually. Yeah, that's probably right. We should turn him around, though. It naturally puts people facing the enemy's spawn zone. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to warn you right now, there's going to be a lot of pausing in this battle. This is a big, important battle, and it needs to go right. I'm going to put one more unit of Slayers over on this side just to make sure that we can get the wrap we want, just in case this doesn't turn out the way I think it will turn out. Okay, big, important battle, matters a whole lot. Let's do it. I'm going to just, right now, right this second, grab all these dudes, and you. This is the plan. Just really rush their asses. Do not wait. Okay, good luck, us. Oh, wow, look at that. Let's pause again. There will be a battle at some point. Look at this monstrosity. This right here is Manfred von Karstein on some kind of demon bat horse monster? I don't know what the hell that is. So, dude's got 76 melee attack, 56 defense, 528 weapon strength, and some of the best spells in the game, and he's got regeneration. He's going to be a real problem. And then they also have a mounted White King and an on-foot White King. Alright. Not ideal. I think we probably don't want to try to focus the siege weapons on the lords. I don't know, let's let stuff come in. But I am going to start with range attacks on the flying dude. How much armor does he have? 96. Alright. Oh yeah, you also. Range attacks on the flying dude. And I believe our engineer has mostly armor-piercing damage. Yeah. You know, accuracy and reload skill right away. Just, like, go get him. Do the thing. How much armor-piercing damage is on these? Very little. So that this buff is probably pretty bad to use on them. Let's put it... Can he buff himself with it? Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. 252 armor-piercing per shot. Please, please get this done. Yep, they're coming in way off center. Crap. And they're coming in like, oh my god, there's so many of them over there too. Shoot. This is actually extremely bad. I should have put us closer to the artillery. God, they're coming in really far off center. Okay, so you guys have to move up then. You're actually going to be part of the main battle immediately, and you all have to go, like, this way fast. So Manfred von Karstein is landing directly on Thorgrim. I guess that's fine. We'll lower his melee defense and just have at him. We have pretty good stats. Let's turn off the UI elements here for a second. This is gonna be alright. Look at the size of my chair. How's he gonna hack through that chair? That's not gonna happen. Some of us are about to eat a White King charge. That's just, you know, that's just how things is. And nothing really we can do about it. Good luck, everyone. So what do I want to do with you? We probably want these guys to get in behind the enemies and start throwing. We definitely want that to be what happens with the miners. So I'm going to have the Slayers kind of hit the side, I think, and we'll try to walk the miners around behind the enemies and then throw a lot of grenades into their backside, because that sounds like a winning plan. And then we have all of this stuff. Remember all these other armies and stuff? A lot of things happening over here. Just march. March like really fast. March with maximum quickness. Alright, it is certainly the case that our lord is under attack. Nobody could deny this. Oh my god, it's so many enemies. Get in over here. You guys gotta get behind. You guys actually should probably divert and throw some ranged attacks over here. And actually, let's divert our quarrelers to shooting the Vargeists as well. Oh god, this is a lot of enemies. That unit of slayers that I have protecting the catapults actually has to come in, and we have to specify targets now. Now that we've got everything committed, I think it's probably a good idea for us to try to shoot. I don't know why I can't tell them. Oh, there's a button you can press. There you go. Alt just forces them to fire exactly where you're telling them to fire. The downside of that is that they I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do normal fire because they won't track targets that way. Like if they lose their initial target, they'll just keep firing at the ground over and over. And the cannon fire. Do I want to just? Yeah, I think we really want to focus on this area right now until we can clean this up because there's so many enemies here and there's really not enough dwarves to deal with all of them. Okay, let's micro these guys. Oh, hold on. We got a lot more units coming in over here that I need to give advancing orders to. Anything that still looks like it's moving straight has not received orders yet. Okay, so we got dogs. Oh, okay, the dogs are all breaking off this way. That's actually pretty good for us. I think I'm going to have 2 units of quarrelers on each dog. Let's just... Nothing really is that much more important to me than making sure these dogs get dead. And in fact, I'm going to put some warriors back on the catapults. Have the catapults focus on... Did they turn any Graveguard around? They did. Let's get those guys. It looks like this whole army is just coming back, maybe? Oh no, there's a Vargulf, a pair of Vargulfs headed for us, bats headed for us. Alright, we split them up. That's good. I think that's really good for us. What are you guys going to shoot at? I don't know. Just get over here and we'll figure it out later. Okay. This battle is a mess already. Wow, those Vargeists got shredded. Where are you going? Huh, I don't remember telling the miners to turn around. I must have misordered a little bit there. Get in, we got... Yep, okay. This is bad. Manfred von Karstein is going for the artillery, and I can't really do anything about that, I don't think. I mean, we're going to keep shooting him with Halkin half Scour Scowl, but... Shoot, yeah, I don't have the bodies. I don't have the bodies to do anything about that. We're going to lose some artillery. That's what's going to happen here. The artillery are doing some good work. It really sucks. There's got to be something I could do. We could try to run, but it's not going to work. We're way slower than he is. He could fly. Maybe this is me allowing my range to be led on a wild goose chase, but here we go. And notice over here, the dogs have gone all the way to the wall. I'm glad I turned that unit of warriors around. This catapult will accomplish something, I swear it. So one of the Vargulfs is still coming over here. Okay, so one thing we haven't had to deal with very much this campaign is big monsters. The one thing that's great about big monsters, Jesus, look at this thing, is that you can shoot at them easily while they're engaged with your own guys because, you know, they're so much taller. You can just shoot over your dudes. So we will be able to do a lot of damage to that Vargulf very quickly. It doesn't really need the armor piercing from the guns, but I want to put ranged on it, and we have our other ranged are already busy. This guy probably should not show up all by himself. Let's maybe let the rest of the dwarves catch up. See, I got to be paying attention to 2 fronts at once, and that is going to require me to do a lot of pausing because I just don't have the micro. Actually, this guy should probably... Thorgrim should probably just try to run a little bit more toward the center. And actually, this unit of dwarf warriors... Let's move some bodies over to this end of the line where things are really harsh. Looks like the miners... Okay, the miners are almost in position. We're doing some good morale damage. The artillery are doing fine work. Alright, just throw grenades like crazy into that big group of dudes over there. Are you gonna... Do I need to move them closer? Oh no, there they go. Okay, they're doing it. Oh, right, the Vargulfs. Shoot. What do I do about this? Hey, Thorgrim, you want to go fight a Vargulf by yourself? That'll probably work, actually. Thorgrim's a pretty heavy dude. One of the things that's really dangerous about big monsters like this is that they make it hard for melee units to fight back because they do so much knocking them down and like throwing them around. Thorgrim probably will not get thrown around by anything in his big chair. We can't really disengage very well here. Okay, the Dragonback Slayers can break off. They're sort of on the outside of the formation. So that means that we're not really going to be able to fight Manfred. What am I supposed to do about him? I can't do anything about him. I think everybody's got to just keep up what they're doing. Vargulf over here, his Vargulf is dying quickly. We're seeing a lot of losses on this side of the battle for them. I think we got to just keep firing and allow our artillery units to die. I don't think there's anything else we can do. I'm going to, I think, let's see if we can get the range to withdraw a little bit. Like, we could fall back to here successfully. This guy's a hero, but that doesn't necessarily... You actually should not be in guard mode. You should follow enemies wherever I tell you to shoot. We could just focus our ranged units on each other's Vargulfs. Yeah, alright. Because some of the units will get in melee, right? But the ones that don't get in melee will still shoot. And we need to wear these things down a little bit. Okay, over here we have formally met the enemy. Those dogs are getting torn up trying to fight warriors. Even trying to fight warriors from behind. They gave up on the cavalry move. Gave up on their little flanking thing. So that means that none of our quarrelers are currently actually in battle. Vargulf is already suffering. Let's get him on the Crypt Horrors. Crypt Horrors don't really have armor, right? Yeah, okay. They have poison attacks, and they're very dangerous. They do a lot of armor-piercing damage. But they don't have armor, and they're large enough for us to shoot them over our other troops. While we keep working on that guy. And you... They don't really need to shoot at zombies. I'm a little worried that I'm going to do more damage to my troops than the enemy troops by shooting into melee, but we gotta, the damage has to keep coming, right? Alright, come on, Halcon Half. We're relying on you. Hurry. Lower his melee defense. I probably should have lowered the melee defense of the one that's going to be fighting the Slayers. Okay, I'm actually still doing pretty good damage to Manfred with just the sniper. And we're winning down here. The grenades are still going in. You guys should probably... That's the Slayers that I selected somehow? Here's the miners, You guys should probably, get over here. You could be throwing so many more grenades. Think about it. I mean, we're losing bodies rapidly. Okay, Manfred begged off. He destroyed a couple of cannons and then bailed. That's actually fine. That works out just fine for us. So it looks like we've mostly finished this side, but we're in terrible condition over here. Okay, now that we have actual ground units on the Vargulfs, I think we can back our ranged up and they won't necessarily get chased. We gotta get our ranged into a position where we can start focusing fire. So you guys stay on him, you stay on him. You just keep harassing Manfred von Karstein. I don't know why you would ever stop doing that. We're losing this, by the way. In case that was not clear, this is bad. We're going to lose Thorgrim's army. But I do think we're going to win the battle. Yeah, that's going well. We got to watch out for those bats. We don't want those bats getting on the catapult, but also it sort of doesn't matter. Okay. So we were able to withdraw the ranged, which means we can focus fire these Vargulfs down probably pretty quickly, actually. Vlad's just kind of flying around being an asshole. Not really a lot we can do about that. Throw grenades in there. Actually, these warriors probably need to commit to the battle. Master Engineer got manhandled a little bit there. Can buff the attack speed here. So yeah, we're losing containment on this side. We just switched to out of bodies. How's this going? I think pretty well, probably. Yeah, pretty well. Let's make sure that the bats get killed. These bats are pretty weak. Probably don't have to do a lot of extra work to make sure the bats go down. What else? The corpse cart's not actually dangerous. It's mostly just giving us regeneration. Their Master Necromancer has waded into melee combat, which seems like suicide to me. They do have a vampire over here, though. Vampires are good fighters. Let's see if we can get these miners up here and get a little bit of flanking going. Thane decided he was done fighting enemies. Get over here and fight a vampire for me. This is the punishment for your laziness. Now you have to fight the vampire. Are you happy? Are you happy that you did that? Okay, we could probably refocus. There's a unit of Graveguard over here yet. They could be a little bit weaker by the time they reach us. We gotta mostly pay attention to this side of the battle, though. This is where things are really ugly. Yeah, losing Thorgrim's army is way worse for us than losing the settlement garrison, because we need Thorgrim's army to push against the vampires after we take this. If we lose Thorgrim's army, we probably don't actually get very much out of winning this fight. Whereas if the garrison army was lost, it's like completely meaningless. Can we get you to rotate around here? Because we need to shore up side of the line here. This Vargulf is almost dead. So when the battle's super hard and you zoom in, you can see the game is like cheating the animations a little bit to make sure that my computer doesn't explode. So that's part of why I'm not super zoomed in during a lot of this, even though there's some cinematic stuff happening. I'm just trying to make sure that it doesn't look like total garbage. This is bad. They have so much loose cavalry. Okay, we're almost done here. As soon as that Vargulf goes down, we gotta refocus our ranged on their cavalry. Okay, that'll be the end of him. Nope, never mind. He got back up. Stay in. Okay, now he's down. He had one final pounce hit him. Let's lower the melee defense of some of these units that are still in here. Halkenhalf is still, he's still doing his best. He's working this vampire, slowly but surely. Camera, help. Cooperate a little bit. Okay, who's that? That's their Necromancer. He is losing his fight. Actually, wow. It kind of seems like our Thane's doing great work against that vampire. I was kind of expecting that to go poorly. I just ran him in there. I was like, yeah, you'll probably die. Whatever. You just gotta hold this guy down. Alright, so we have a flank on these Graveguard. What am I doing with my catapults? They're still just fire into this unit of Graveguard. That one looks a little healthier. Alright. Manfred's a problem. We gotta kill Manfred. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but we gotta figure that out. Actually, I'm gonna have Thorgrim run this way. Provide a little bit of cover for the artillery. We need the horsemen not to realize that they can just charge this way and eat all of my artillery. Alright, we've killed their Necromancer on the other front. Artillery's still doing a fine job. Honestly, like, we've done a lot of damage to our own troops with artillery over the course of this campaign, but I think the artillery saved what there is to save of this battle. Because on the left flank, we were outnumbered massively. Now, Manfred's actually not doing that well. The Master Engineer is a pretty good sniper, it seems like. Manfred is maybe, like, one of the combat lords I am most afraid of. Honestly, probably the one I am most afraid of. And he's kind of getting his ass kicked. Also, apparently, he's the last... Without units on the ground, the enemy is forced to land and attack. I mean, I see units over here. Oh. No, it's a Necromancer. Yeah, they totally have a unit on the ground. But yeah, they've totally shattered. and as such are rapidly falling apart. Take that, and it's better than you deserve. Okay. Thorgrim's army is in rough shape, but actually it's maybe not that bad. How many units do we actually lose? We're probably going to lose those hammerers. That unit's probably dead. But aside from that, this is pretty recoverable. Thorgrim's army does heal pretty quickly now. We've got some of those bonus casualty replenishment rate skill points on him. God, look at the casualty values. 2 units from Manfred von Karstein's army are still alive. And you know which ones those are? The cowards. I'm sure Manfred is one of them. Yeah, on the whole, I think that went pretty well. Compared to how that could have gone, that went pretty well. But if Thorgrim's army's not in a position to keep pushing forward, then we're going to find that we're not going to actually get a lot out of this. What we needed there was to win in a way that left Thorgrim's army largely intact, and the Manfred's army appearing behind us via sorcery made that pretty difficult. Alright, let's execute the captives. And what is the situation now?
Throw bearers! Let's march!
We killed some guy and some other guy, and that guy, he was dead already, so it's kind of whatever. Minus 50% casualties caused from Vampire Count's territory attrition. That's actually pretty handy, because it's probably going to be Thorgrim who's marching through all this territory to reclaim it, or to burn it all to the ground. I still haven't decided. We definitely want to finish off Inspirational Leader, because it's amazing. And we want to pursue these guys. No reason to let anybody survive.
Thank them!
I am going to, unfortunately, have to manually resolve these battles. I know, it's a bummer. We're going to sit through some loading screens here, but we're going to lose units for no reason if we auto-resolve them, so. These should be very straightforward. We have the artillery. Oh, it's a choke point map, too. That's so bad for them. Because this means that their dogs don't have the ability to flank around us or anything. I guess they're at the choke point and we're not. So they could just cross quickly. But probably what this is going to be is just my artillery tearing them apart at range. And then as they approach, grenades and axes for the lot of them. Corpse Cart's not going to do anything because I believe you cannot regenerate a unit to higher health than it started the battle with. So there's not really any regeneration threshold. Everybody up front, just up as front as you can be. And then, yeah, honestly, just go ahead and start the battle. We'll figure out the rest of our positioning after the battle starts. Yeah, this Vargulf is not going to survive very much cannon fire, as you might expect. Honestly, I thought he'd go down already. He is definitely panicking, though. And when Vampire Count's units panic, they sort of just fall apart. Yeah, that was a little more dramatic than I was expecting, if I'm being honest. I can't tell. Are my catapults trying to shoot the bats? Wow, that was a serious hit. Holy crap. We're doing a remarkably bad job of actually killing anything here. I'm just enjoying this. This is a nice peaceful battle. I felt pretty stressed during the entirety of that other thing. Yeah, man, when those catapults actually do hit the bats, they really do a lot of damage. Enough damage to kill several bats that they didn't actually even hit. Oof, cannonball. Alright, so that's got them broken. They'll just fade away now. Yeah, the only unit here that's really dangerous is this vampire. So, to that end, focus. The Necromancer is probably going to have some spells for us. But you know what, I should move this guy up. He's got, I forget, the range on the Master Engineer is like a siege weapon. He should be up in the siege line. And actually, he'll be really good at killing that vampire. I don't know that you want to get any closer than that, buddy. Here come the throwing axes. Yep. And they chose to charge into the units that are good at melee. Questionable decisions being made here. Alright, so we'll take, you know, it's not actually 0 damage. Yeah, alright, that was about what I thought it was going to be, and you know what? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every moment of it. After that last thing that just happened, it's nice to have a confidence boost. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to Manfred. I think he's close enough to Castle Drakenhof that its garrison would ordinarily be effective, but obviously we have Lightning Strike. This is what I was saying about Lightning Strike. There are a lot of situations where it is very good. I don't think every lord needs it, but I do think, like, half your lords, at least. Because probably it's going to be the case that you are moving armies around in pairs. I find that in Total War, I very often am pairing armies off. So one of each pair of armies should have Lightning Strike. I don't think you generally need it on the other. We lost 9 units from our rangers. That's fine. They took no damage during the last battle, so that's free replenishment, right?
Dromedars, move! Send me to vengeance.
What else could we grab? We could grab Inquiring Mind. I mean, sure. I don't think it's a big bonus. Should I just take Grudge against the vampire counts instead? Yeah, probably. Research rate is fine. Obviously, it's better the earlier you get it.
Aye.
Oh, what are we going to get for you? So, speed for artillery and missile infantry, range for artillery, reload time reduction just for towers and siege battles, though. Or leadership aura up, and eventually extra powder, which gives 10% explosion. Is that explosion radius? Or what does 10% explosion mean? So I don't think any of the stuff in this part of the tree is actually very good. We might want to go off and get some other stuff. Oh, there's a point of increased mobility available. Yes, obviously we get that.
One rug. We mark another grudge.
Okay, also, wow, this is actually maybe something we could auto-resolve? I'm not going to take the chance. The auto-resolver has bitten me too many times. Like a vampire, so we know whose side it's on. We could probably play this whole battle in fast forward. I will say this. It's very important here that I remember to put the Master Engineer on the front lines, because he's the only person who's going to be able to hit Manfred, like, at all. And they have enough cavalry that, I presumably, if they, like, go into a full charge right away, some of the cavalry will survive to hit us. So I'm going to have to, like, use a little bit more careful formation. Now, unfortunately, after this, we won't be able to just roll into the Castle Drakenhof, because Castle Drakenhof has a full 20-unit garrison, and I think our army will get mulched in the state that it's currently in. So we are going to have to fall back and replenish a little bit. But all we have to do is get our units back to full health. He has to build a new army. So I think we are going to come out ahead on this, just not as much as I would have liked. It would have been nice to be high enough on health to be able to just... which side is... Okay, yeah. Manfred's on this side. It would have been nice to be high enough on health to just push forward, but it's not the situation we find ourselves in. We're further forward than we need to be. Let's take these units back just a little bit so that I can set up the ranged in front of them. And then just dudes nearby ready to run through and block. Okay. I should be hitting this constantly. Wow. The cannons actually are doing a pretty okay job of hitting him. Catapult, please focus on Graveguard. It's alright, those are spearmen. I don't care about them. And the cannons should really focus on the cavalry, and as Manfred gets closer, we can start working him over with the Master Engineer. I want to make sure the rest of his army is gone by the time he actually makes contact with us. Wow, never mind. You can definitely heal above the starting health that you came into the battle with. Holy crap, that guy's got health. Alright, time to order some movements. Not you. So we want to be careful with the units that have very low health. Yes, let's have these guys like line up this, maybe. There's the grenades. Wow, just like they hit a brick wall, just stopped them completely dead. Alright, if he wants to go to war directly with Thorgrim, I will allow that as a thing he is allowed to do. Get him. Okay, this is over. Stop, don't shoot. No more artillery shots. Manfred on his big stupid horse is standing so much taller than everybody else that we can easily shoot him with crossbow bolts. This is why we don't ride horses. Okay, you're still on him as well. Yeah, the rest of his army's getting torn to pieces. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Does he think he's gonna kill Thorgrim? Look at this guy, what a hero. One of the most terrifying forces in the world lands in front of him. He's just like, axe to the face. He's doing his ancestors proud. Okay, well this was good. This was very, very good for us, the way this whole situation worked out. Like I said, we're not going to be able to push forward, but we can at least, if they try to summon a new army in Castle Drakenhof, we can lock it up and stop it from mustering pretty quickly. We might actually benefit from combining some of our forces here. We'll have a look at it in a moment. And then there's a pretty good chance that this is going to draw the army that's sieging Carrick-Cadron back to play defense, which should be beneficial for us. I figured out, by the way, why we weren't making any money from all those trade contracts. It's because our capital's blockaded. Like I said, trade contracts are dependent on your capital being connectable to their capital, so as long as Carrick-Cadron is blockaded, we aren't getting any of our trade money. Which means as soon as we break that blockade, all of a sudden, we're going to be rolling it.
Beards in belts.
Okay, we've got some armor that we could probably put on our dude. Let's see. So it's not actually very far from Jufbar to Castle Drakenhof. I think we can probably fall all the way back to Jufbar to heal up and still be a threat to Drakenhof. So let's do that, because I want the fastest possible replenishment. And it looks like we have so many units that are low that it doesn't really make sense to combine units, I don't think. We can just summon in a couple more. Honestly, we probably could stand to have more ranged.
I agree.
And then, like, do I want to go 2 more ranged? Or maybe another unit of Slayers? Yeah, let's do another unit of Slayers. Just really up our damage output a little bit here. We gotta take back Oakenhammer at some point. We'll get to it. Okay, I had already moved you. That's right. I'm halfway through a turn here. This is part of the reason that I like to end the video at the very beginning or very end of a turn. It just makes it easier for me to remember what I was doing.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
You guys are in... Wait, are you not replenishing? You're in foreign territory. Oh, the border of Barrack Var is like right in front of him.
Onward.
That's a shame.
Step forth, true friend of the Ungrown clan.
Ah, see, he's feeling He's feeling tough now. He doesn't want to confederate anymore. If I sign a defensive alliance with him, I think that makes his territory friendly to me, which means that I think this army would replenish this turn.
Yes.
Alright. Did that work? It totally did. Awesome. So his army's full health. Cool. What else do we need to do this turn? We have a bunch of settlement upgrades that we're not taking because obviously we're saving population. Oh, we have this. What on earth do I even want to build in these slots? What is this building? The Hall of Oaths. Gives us more recruit rank for more recruiting capacity for Thanes. Gives us the ability to make more hammerers and iron breakers. I do like hammerers. They seem to be pretty good units. Yeah, okay, we'll save up for this in one of the slots, and then... What else did we need? We need a Gromrill Forge. Is that not this? Okay, that's the next level of that. What else? What else? Probably, honestly, probably an engineer's workshop down here so that we can make the good siege weapons here too, because we have this building we're going to be pushing along. So I guess for right now I don't want to spend very much money, it looks like. We want to save stuff for next turn. I haven't looked at Grand Peak in a little while. Well, Grand Peak will get better once we have this event over. Yeah, we probably don't actually need to spend the money to upgrade this. And up north... Okay, we're working on stuff. So yeah, once we break the blockade around Carrick Cadron, I think there's a pretty good chance that we'll have enough money to put together a fourth army and be really, actually still really rich. I know I've said that before, and it turned out not to be true. I just underestimated the incredible amount of money it costs to have another army. Yeah, these guys are going to get murdered, as we knew they would. Just seems like a crazy thing to me to step out of Altdorf and start mustering here. Oh wow, he just walked in and took it. I wonder if Middenland had taken it recently, and so the garrison was maybe not at full health yet or something. Ulrika Haupt Anderson is gonna do what? What could she possibly do? She could damage buildings, she could wound heroes. I guess she could try to wound out our master engineer. That would be annoying. Bretonia and Nordland have made peace. Did I know I had a plan to run over and meet the Bretonian factions. Did I actually do that yet? I don't know. When it's our turn again, we'll check on that Thane. Our mighty explorer. Hopefully he can secure us some more trade. Not that it will do anything right away, but you know. We got all this money just waiting for us. All we have to do is scare some vampires off. Like I said, there's a pretty good chance this, I guess... Actually, we're past their turn, though. He did not break the siege.
The throng of Cadron welcomes you.
What's your deal? Oh. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Positive treaties, for sure. You guys don't really care for me, so any little bit that we can get in there is good. Part of the problem they're having is that... or part of the reason that happened is that they're having some problems over there, and they're looking for friends. Unfortunately, I'm really too far away to do anything about, I assume, Skarsnik. It seems like he's kind of taken over the West. Just when I thought we were getting close to being done fighting greenskins, right? Turns out the entire western half of the map is owned by Skarsnik. Okay, Kurgan Granite Hand. Sorry, I meant... Yeah, what I meant was take me to where he is. Okay, he's almost to the pass. This is where we're going.
Beijing belts.
And... Hold on, we'll figure this out in a second. Okay, so we have formally met Bretonia.
The king of Bretonia aid the dwarf holds. What
He doesn't have a port. He lost his port to somebody. Well, that's inconvenient. I mean, I guess we still get the non-aggression pact. Actually, maybe we shouldn't then, because I don't know who he's allied with or enemies with. And we know who he's at war with right now, but the other Bretonian nations might not like him very much. Sometimes that stuff happens. A lot of violence goes on this side of the map. Like, a lot. Just really quickly pigeon through. Right, we didn't have a trade agreement with you on purpose. Okay, so I guess he needs another turn to move. Yeah, wow, it is really Skarsnik over here. He's going to lose Manfred next turn. Vampiric corruption is a little out of control. So there's a vampire nation that starts in like a settlement that's right here, I think, right on this this delta, and it looks like they're still alive. So that's pretty bad for the Bretonnians as well. All right, well, presumably this guy will return to service in an army at some point, and I guess we should try to make him as effective in combat as he can be at that point. He doesn't really have any skill points available that are relevant to his current situation. Okay, what else are we doing? You...
Fearless and unbreakable.
Let's see, we need to move as close as we can to Carrick Cadron without being in range of Helmengorst's attacks, so that we can then run up next turn and initiate an attack from the garrison. So right here, we just need to be a little... Oh, it looks like I can actually normal move to be just short of that. I feel a little bit more comfortable with the normal move here, so that just in case we are being slightly misled about his movement range, we have the option of retreating. And then we're definitely close enough to, like, underway stance over to here next turn, and then attack from Carrick Cadron with both the armies, which will, I assume, cause him to retreat. I doubt he'll fight us.
Yes.
Alright, Ungrim is in perfect health, as always.
Demands blood.
And there's no reason not to just go take Dok Karaz, right?
There will be blood.
Oh, there's an army.
Not up there.
Oh, I'm not afraid of those guys. Yeah, we can auto-resolve this. Ossag's down here, and his army is in shambles.
Drain them.
I think we've really broken the Greenskins. Like, the Greenskins faction, I think, is in its last days. Let's finish getting our melee attack up. You get to keep taking runes.
Ready.
Yeah, this guy is... He's going to have to run from us. Probably back to Stone Mine. Stone Mine is over here in this... Oh, this is where Ekrund is. We do have a grudge to take Ekrund, don't we? Yeah, it doesn't seem to be accumulating severity very quickly, because I feel like we've had this for quite a while. Although, you know, we've had this for quite a large number of real-time, like real-world game minutes, but it's probably not been that many turns, because, man, our turns are happening really, really slowly now. So we do have to worry about this, but, yeah, I don't think we're in any actual danger. Alright, so here in Karazakarak, I think we want to start building... Oh, we could build the airfield. Movement range for all armies is pretty cool. Upkeep cost down for gyrocopters is probably not that big of a deal because you're not going to have very many of them. Honestly, this doesn't seem that good. I don't think it's worth the money. Not when we have so many other things to build. But maybe I shouldn't be spending on building like tons of recruitment stuff down here if we think the war with the Greenskins is kind of coming to an end. And this war up here is spinning up, and after this we're going to have to march north and fight Norska. But we can't build anything in Carrick Cadron for a while. We need to get the next upgrade. Oh, Carrick Dromar. Oh, you know what? We should get the brewery finally up. And then once we've done that, we can get rid of this thing, and that'll give us an extra slot to build in Jufbar. So I guess we could ditch this right now. Wait a minute. How much of this public order is from military presence? Okay, never mind. We will ditch this when the brewery is almost completed.
It is time.
So we probably want to sit for one more turn. They haven't even started summoning in Castle Drakenhof yet. What does the garrison actually look like? A couple of Vargulfs, a Terrorgeist, which is like a ghost dragon, if I remember correctly. Not a fun thing to fight. Bunch of Vargeists, some Black Knights. It looks like actually... Ooh, 2 units of Cairn Wraiths. It looks like this might not be such a bad fight if we can take the wall. If the garrison sallies out to fight us in a field, that'd probably be better for them. Alright, well I think we're good for now. Let's not spend any more. We do probably want to go ahead and commit this commandment. Wait, that's public order. Growth. We always need growth. So Dukkaraz has a recruitment building. We probably want to leave that in place so that I can grab some basic units here. So Barrack de Wazbag probably needs a garrison. Okay, let's demolish this. I think we're going to be fine on money without a level 1 trinket maker, and we need to put... oh, you know what? Never mind. We're about to have an extra slot here. We're 1 turn off of having another slot. We'll just put the wall there. Barrack Far is working on its wall. Yeah, okay. I think we're good. So, Azhag is going to run.
Call me a king.
You would like a defensive alliance. You are friends with dwarves and also dwarves, and you are fighting people that I hate. You are not currently at war with Skarsnik, so if I take this defensive alliance and then Skarsnik attacks him, we're going to get pulled into that nonsense. But Skarsnik's armies are far away. And also, me being a part of the calculation may cause Skarsnik not to attack him, which I think would be in our best interest. I would love it if the Empire were still over here when our armies show up to save the day. Because I don't want to own all that territory and also trading partners. Oh, I really hope that this means that Belagar is planning to take Eckendorf. Interesting. We're only showing as slightly more powerful than the Greenskins faction, so they must have a couple more armies somewhere. I wonder how far he got. Mostly I'm wondering if we're going to be able to catch up with him, because we should definitely stomp him if we can. Carrick Ziflin has 1 settlement left, and it's under siege now. Nope, never mind. They have 0 settlements left. Oh no, that guy's not actually riding to reinforcement range. Huh. This vampire lady is trying to destroy Jufbar. It seems more spiteful than anything. That's good. Wintertooth is looking weak. Kislev is probably doing their job. It has been really nice to have an AI faction at our back that we can trust to just get stuff done. It is so often the case in this game that you make friends with an AI and then they just get completely swept because for some reason the AIs that like you always seem to play much worse than the ones that don't. So Kislev has been a welcome presence here. Military alliance, a straight military alliance. No, absolutely not. Never. Never gonna happen. So, we're thinking about... Oh, it looks like Carrick Ziflin drove them off, actually. Their garrison's probably pretty messed up now, though, after the battle.
Welcome to my throne.
What's your deal? A defensive alliance with you... Oh, he's friendly with some of the Bretonnian factions. Yes, definitely.
Welcome to my throne.
Same deal? Absolutely. He does not have any valuable friends. But he is nice high strength rank, and he's reliable. Okay, we're making some good friends. Now that we've managed to get out of the mountains, things are really speeding up. We're spinning up quickly. So yeah, we'll run what's-his-face over. I cannot remember the name of this unit. We'll run our agent over here, try to meet those other 2 Bretonnian factions. Hopefully they still have their ports. And this turn we get to break the blockade, and you're going to see our income shoot through the roof. Please let me start with Kurgan Granite Hand. Let's see. Let's start by going this way. So, Bordalo should be right over here. I think we probably mostly want to run west this turn. Castle Baston belongs to Skarsnik, in fact. Let's get to the road. Hopefully we'll be able to meet some people from the road next. Man, there's so much vampiric corruption around here, too. That Musalon, the vampire faction over here, must be doing really well. Which is not great for the forces of order. Alright, I think we ride on Drakenhof, set up the siege. This vampire unit may be able to mess with us, but I don't think I can mess with her, unfortunately. Our engineer is not good at wounding people. Make a couple of siege towers. Like, if we can get to the walls, everything should be fine. Do we need siege towers for this? Maybe not. Maybe we should just think about attacking. Because they don't have any ranged, right? They're vampires. They will be able to harass our artillery very effectively, though. We have to be able to take the towers. Yeah, okay. Continue siege. You know what? Honestly, the more I look at that, the more I think that maybe an open field battle is preferable.
You know who I am?
Oh, it looks like I probably don't even have to underway here. So we just walk up.
Moving out.
So I like this. I like walking up rather than underwaying, because then we get to move after the thing happens. Oh, it looks like we might not have the reinforcements, but also sometimes the game just doesn't show the line. Here, we'll click, and... Oh! Okay, he just backed off.
I will not.
So his army is not super terrifying. They do have a lot more guys. In particular, they have a lot more guys who will do poison. Okay, yes, we are close enough for reinforcements. But we should go into Carrick Cadron proper, right? Because we should... Oh, I have to set you to march. Yeah, we should go in for the improved... what do you call it? The improved replenishment rate. So, there's really nothing for us to do here except wait. We could improve the walls here, but if it really is the case that we're turning this vampire thing around, we're not going to need that much defense on Carrick Cadron anymore. I don't think it's worth spending the money. How many turns off of Carrick Ungor being upgraded are we? 1? We're going to need 6,000 to finish this Goldsmith's Hall. And yeah, you can see we're at 10,000 income now that our trade contracts are actually available. That's pretty good. You know what, let's upgrade this thing in Carrick Dromar so that we have access to Longbeards here. Carrick Dromar is actually going to be an important recruiting spot for a while, until all of this stuff is back under reasonable control. So yeah, this province is going to maintain importance to us as a recruiting center. We need to make sure that that's under control. So -3 from corruption, -3 from events. The corruption percentage is actually rising. Okay, well, once this is taken care of, we'll be okay. So I'm going to hold on to the drinking hall for a couple more turns. And then we can replace it with another recruitment building, which we really need to do. Okay, you.
The slayer in me seeks death.
So where did Azhag end up? Oh, can we reach him? Not quite. Okay, we're taking a little bit of attrition damage from the Badlands here.
My oath is intact.
Is there a spot within movement range that isn't... Okay, yeah, we just run south here. I don't think we're in any danger. I'd like to just not be in the attrition. So I guess he's running to Valaya's Sorrow, probably? He's certainly not running to attack Iron Rock or Black Crag. He'd get absolutely embarrassed. Yeah, I guess that must be what he's doing. Well, he may change his tune now that I'm where I am. We'll see. Alright, no upgrade here. Right, I still didn't build anything here. That's fine. Okay, this army will probably just fall back to Waldenhof. Actually, they'll probably try to go past Waldenhof, right? They'll go toward Castle Drakenhof, and we will follow them. And we might have a great big battle for the fate of the vampire nation at at Castle Drakenhof in the next couple of turns. If we can get both of our big armies together against their remaining army and the garrison of the castle, I think that will turn out well for us. Especially since that secondary army doesn't really have a lot of flying units. The army that was attacking Carrick Cadron. So we're going to bring more artillery, and they're not going to bring more things to use to fight our artillery. It'll probably be kind of a slow, grindy battle. Not quite as slow in real time as the last one was, because I won't need to pause so much, but... poor Carrick Ziflin. I bet they are not going to be in this game for very much longer. Oh, the garrison wants to come out and fight us, huh? That's interesting. That's probably something we want to do. So let's see. I'm not too worried about 2 Vargulfs. We have seen that Vargeists fold under ranged fire pretty quickly, but we do have to make sure they actually get attacked. Mostly what I'm worried about is this. That's a lot of Graveguard, and how dangerous is a Hex Wraith, really? They don't actually have that much melee attack. They don't have much melee defense, but they're also 75% resistant to physical damage, so them getting hit isn't that big of a deal. I'm really unsure if I want to do this or not. And they have a Vampire and a Necromancer. Not that worried about the Necromancer, probably. He does have the very powerful healing spell. I don't know. I don't know if we can do this. I wish our army was a little bit more advanced. You know what? Let's try it. Because if we beat the garrison here, then we get Castle Drakenhof, right? They're just done. I mean, the faction doesn't lose if we take Castle Drakenhof from them. They have a lot of land, but they're going to lose a lot of their income. They're going to lose a lot of their built-up buildings. Probably a lot of their advanced recruitment structures are here. So this will be a huge blow to them, and it'll be a big gain in resources for us at the same time, which means that probably this conflict has flipped. And if this doesn't work and our army gets driven off, they can't chase us and kill us because they're a garrison army. And we have another army coming in from the north to reinforce us. I'm trying to figure out, with this terrain, where do I actually want to set up? The unevenness of this terrain is going to give the enemies places that they can hide. I think we maybe want to just put the cannons, like, dead center of this valley. Enemies can still come at us over the hills, but we've got some distance. Actually, we should probably set up as far back as possible, right? In part, this is just me wanting to have flat land in front of me. Hey, all of you. But also in part, this is me hoping that the AI will screw up and run their units forward at speeds that get them separated. We unfortunately can't really afford to, we don't have any flankers or fast units or anything, so we can't harass their flyers as they approach. We pretty much just have to wait for them to come down. We definitely want you guys and 2 of the Slayers on this side. These are all flanking units. These are all flanking units. And you get to stand on this side, and you get to stand on this side, and this is our formation. So either they're going to run their army forward unevenly and give me a lot of opportunity to blow up some of their units before the others, or they're not going to run their army forward unevenly. The faster units are going to be pinned by the speed of the Graveguard, and we're going to get a lot of time to fire siege weapons at them as they approach. Either of these outcomes is pretty okay with me. Man, they have a lot of flyers. Also, I like our tight formation of guys so that it makes it harder for them to flank with their flying guys and their Black Knights. And we can fast forward until they're actually in range. Okay. So yeah, let's start working Graveguard. Actually, we probably want to fire at the Cairn Wraiths with these catapults somewhat, right? Because the fact that they have 75% physical damage resist isn't actually going to prevent a direct hit from a catapult shot from killing some of them. And the cannon probably... What do I want the cannon to focus on? We could focus on a Vargulf. Honestly, we're probably better off just focusing on knights, right? Yeah, looks like we got a pretty clean shot there. We can handle Vargulfs. I'm confident of that. Yeah, we're getting some good damage in on these ethereals before they actually reach us. That's probably the smart thing to do. Why do I have units turning around? I hate... Cannons are so weird about their targeting. They just, they turn around arbitrarily and... Can you not fire? I switched to these guys because they were not willing to shoot at these guys. They turned around in protest, but I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping that his shots will be able to just straight up kill units too, even through their physical resist. Alright, hold on. We probably should focus the archers on guys who are not so physical resistant, although yeah, maybe it's a good idea. No, these things don't really do that much damage in melee combat. They're gonna miss most of their attacks. I'm not that concerned about them in this case, where like the archers will probably do basically no damage against them. We may as well just shoot at stuff that matters. Oh, we do want to take the Vargulfs down quickly though. You don't quite have range on them, so yeah, just do your thing. They're threatening to flank around. I guess I should probably actually have the Slayers come back to, like, here. Let's have the miners turn so that they're ready to hurl grenades directly into people's faces. We should probably have the Slayers move back so that it's harder to get around us. I mean, we're pretty close to the back of the map. This is a little dangerous because now if any of our units break, they're going to run off the map, like, right away. Okay, getting some good cannon fire. Wow, really good cannon fire. That was a lot of damage. Oh, we're lighting them up pretty good as they approach. Hold on, let's have a look at this Terrorgeist here. What exactly are you? Yeah, boy, that's a real Vampire Counts looking unit right there. Statistically, what are you? You have poison attacks, you have very low melee attack. High armor, reasonable leadership for a vampire unit. Okay, so it's scary, but not like... It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not as bad as fighting an actual dragon. Alright, looks like the time has come for actual engagement. You guys should focus on that. We should just try to get as much damage into this thing as possible. The quicker we can get them down to only having one Vargulf on this side, the better off we're going to be. And hopefully Thorgrim can keep that thing in place until that happens. Let me think. If we're engaging from this side, let's try to make sure that everything has something to get tangled up with it. So that I can devote you guys to the Cairn Wraiths, which means I can put more bodies on this Vargulf. It can only hit so many of you at a time. Actually, try to march forward a little bit. If we can get a wraparound on it, it'll panic. They do that. They're real panicky. And yeah, the rest of us are good. We're just kind of waiting for the contact. Lower his melee defense. Here come the Vargeists. Actually really hard to get these Slayers to follow an attack order. Okay, so we saw some grenades hit there. I would really like to have these miners wing out and grab those guys, but we should probably have them catch these Graveguard. Yeah, these Slayers need to work over the Vargeists as quickly as they can. It does seem like the Vargeists fall pretty quickly usually. Can I have this unit of Quarrelers turn around and fight these guys? I'm having kind of a hard time telling. Okay, this is the cannon crew. Okay, so the Quarrelers are not actually in melee. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's dangerous, but I think we're going to be okay. I think we're okay so far, maybe. It's a better way to put that. One of the Vargulfs is almost dead already. The Terrorgeist is in the Slayers, which is, I mean, that's bad for the Slayers. Get that dude. Looks like they're having some morale problems. Yeah, the Vargeists are losing to the Slayers with the ranged weapon back up. I can't tell what some of these Vargeists are doing. Like, why did they lift up and then they're just flying over here? Is this just retreating? Is that all that is? But they're retreating toward another part of my army? I guess I should probably have the ranged focus on the Vargulf instead, right? Probably. You guys are still doing your thing, hopefully. Their lords have hit now. The necromancer is probably not actually any good in melee combat. The vampire, on the other hand, probably is, which makes this unfortunate, but dwarf warriors are tough. They're going to do the thing that they're for. We should probably start shooting at this vampire now. Maybe get her killed. And this is just going to be a problem. We're going to need other parts of the army to hurry up and finish what they're doing so that they can get over here. It does look like we're burning down the guys on this side pretty well. Terrorgeist is just, like, waiting. It's just waiting for its opportunity. 2 units of Slayers on this thing. Oh, God. It is all up in the... Yeah, I don't really have anybody available to deal with that. Shoot at him? Maybe make him panic? Okay, the cannons are... The cannons are just doing what I told them to do. But they maybe need to refocus a little bit. This Vargulf is kind of dying. It's sort of dying. These Slayers need to get over here. Yeah, these Black Knights will probably be dead before they can make much of a charge after this. See if we can get on that Terrorgeist. Looks like the Hex rates are mostly dealt with, though. I don't know why you're running. You're supposed to be shooting a vampire in the face. Okay, get Slayers in. Well, sorry. Slayers probably focus on the Vargeist so you can actually kill them. We'll get that Terrorgeist out of here eventually.
There is no greater ability. Yes, Lord. Withdraw.
Alright, I think that Vargulf's going down pretty soon. My warriors are craven and fleeing. Is not great. That's the opposite of what I want them to be, generally. Shoot at those guys. This cannon needs to focus on the Terrorgeist, maybe? I'm not sure that it's fast enough that I think that's going to be tough. Where is it? Hold on, which one of these things is a Terrorgeist? That's a Vargulf. These are some Vargeists. There we go. Yeah, shoot that guy. You guys have mostly finished defending... Unfortunately, this unit of Black Knights is healthy enough that we can't really back the Slayers off. It's healthy enough that it will definitely get more charges in. God, I cannot wait until this Vargulf is dead. We have so many units that have so many better things to do. Those miners are probably toast. Really? He's starting to recover? Alright, you dwarf warriors... Sorry. You're not dwarf warriors, you're a catapult crew. Hit him down. Terrorgeist is just bouncing all over the battlefield, making people miserable. Alright, we've got units actually crumbling, just falling to nothing. That's good. Let's keep nerfing the Vargulf. Okay, if the Terrorgeist wants to come over here and fight with Thorgrim, that's probably the best possible outcome for us. Thorgrim is tough as hell, and he's not gonna get messed up in this thing. Actually, I think it's losing the battle. Yeah, look at it run. Get it! Don't let it get away. Attack the orcs? I'm pretty sure that Slayer just yelled some stuff about orcs.
This won't misfire.
Okay, our engineer needs to back. I don't know why he's all the way up here in combat. Need to get some people out of here. Alright, the Terrorgeist is down. That's good. Trying to finish off the Vargeists. Trying to my ranged units get all of the flyers out of here as quickly as possible.
Nothing can stop us.
Get around behind them.
Attack the orcs.
Yep, another attack the orcs cry. Okay, you know, listen, we've been fighting orcs for so long, they're just a little confused.
Fire on the foe. Slayers. Quarrelers.
Let's try to kill these Graveguard off. Actually, you guys probably have to back up.
This won't miss fire. Withdraw.
A lot of them are falling apart. Like, we should hopefully see a massive morale cascade soon. Or their melee defense. We gotta get some of these units off the table. We've won this flank, pretty much. I just need to actually get it finished so that the units that are on this flank can refocus elsewhere. Alright, looks like they're falling apart. Yep, okay, they're actually falling.
Attack! Now! Check them down! Nothing can stop us!
Run forward!
Shoot the wazards! Slay the old ring!
How are they still alive? There we go, there we go. They finally fell apart. Charge bonus, go!
Attack the orcs!
Yeah, we're losing, actually.
Forward! Down!
Or rather, we have already lost, I should say.
They have wronged us!
Finish those guys.
Let's be about this!
Which one? This one's their lord, right? Let's get in there and just have at him.
Scoff! Understood, Lord. Kill orcs!
Gonna get as much damage on their lord as possible. If Thorgrim actually downs their lord, maybe that will be enough morale damage to finally have this be over. It seems crazy to me that they have held up as well as they have. Give yourself buffs. Quickly buff yourself.
I'll do it! Quarrelers! Pick your targets well!
He is falling. Thorgrim hits hard.
Deliver us from undeath!
Come on. Just get him. Just finish him off. There he is.
The might of Karazakara! Let's have it!
Was that not their lord? He had the star. Okay, maybe it's this vampire. Let's kill her. Come on, Thorgrim, you can do it. He really is a monster. Look at he's just he's totally trashing everybody he gets into melee with. It's kind of funny. Like, it almost looks like his arms shouldn't be able to reach people. You focus on her. The two of them together really do a lot of damage to lords. Okay, that vampire's down. Yeah, they broke. We actually managed to wear them down. Well, that was horrible. I really thought that was going to go better than that. 209 remaining. 2,500 people walk into a battlefield. 200 emerge. So we've lost some good high-tier artillery. We've lost a couple units of our regiments of renown that will not be available again for 10 turns. But the garrison should be completely wiped out, and we're sieging, so they won't generate any new units. So we can just walk in. It is now our city. Unfortunately, we may not be able to hold it for very long. Yeah, I have to take 16,000 gold, right? A sack would be 34, but if I sack it, they're going to partially regenerate their garrison, so we definitely have to do this. And there's no way Helmengorst can run far enough to attack it next turn, and probably... Oh, wow, okay, he only fell back to there, so he's not planning on moving on Castle Drakenhof at all. Damage building. I'm sure the buildings here are plenty damaged. Yeah, okay, if we can get like a turn or two to just put Thorgrim's army back together, then Thorgrim and Grombrindal are going to be able to take this province very, very easily. And then we'll see about the rest of it. We know for sure that we're taking Eastern Sylvania. The rest of it may burn. If I burn it, who do I think is going to take it? There are still some human, some Empire nations up to the north here, right? Talabecland still exists. If they want to take all this stuff, I'd be fine with that. It's just that the stuff over here has limited value to us. It's a bad climate, so it's never going to be good at producing money. Like, the buildings will produce less money, I think. They'll take longer to build. They'll be more expensive to build. We'll always have more public order problems. Okay, the city of Myrmidons is still under Greenskin control. That is something that the people over here should really deal with. It can't all be me. God, we got another... Do we have 6 gold mines now? It's like 5 or 6, right? Maybe 4 gold mines and a diamond mine? Either way, our average gold output per settlement is very high.
Throw banners! Let's march!
Oh, we got a new quest and immediately completed it. On being acclaimed High King, Thorgrim Grudgebearer swore a solemn oath that his reign would signal the dawn of a new age, the Age of Reckoning. It is his dream to avenge the wrongs done to his people by striking clean the entire ledger in the Great Book of Grudges. This begins with reclamation of fallen holds. Okay. Midland has joined the Empire. That gives the Empire a little bit more territory. Piracy. Income from sea trading down. Oh, that sucks, because we are actually getting some sea trading. As soon as we have some sea trade income. Okay, yep, so we did that. Tried to forge a defensive or military alliance with Nordland. In ages past, the dwarves stood shield to shield with the men of the Empire, braced against the constant attacks of their common enemies. Over the centuries, though, the ties have loosened inexorably. Beset by ever greater threats and a series of defeats, the dwarfs retreated into their remaining mountain holds, and the power of the Empire dwindled under the yoke of weak, foolish, or wicked emperors. Now Thorgrim's great oath of vengeance requires that the dwarves re-establish old alliances. We could probably do that. I think Nordland likes us quite a bit. Okay, we got a bunch of followers. Turns out everybody wants to be on the winning team, and we just had a very large, very public win. Boy, what do I want to do now? We probably want to continue down this red line. He already took Axe Lord, which I think is not necessarily great, although to be perfectly honest, we might have lost that last battle without it, given how close it was even with this. You know what? It's just 1 skill point. Let's grab this. It's going to take like a turn or 2 off of our next couple of researches. It's probably worth having. Okay, what do I want from you now? We could boost income in your region, but honestly, you probably are mostly going to be out on the march. I mean, maybe range for artillery is worth getting. 3 skill points for less than 10% range doesn't feel great, but artillery range is so great that even a small percentage increase is actually a lot of extra distance. Yeah, alright, ballistics instructor. That seems fine. So this army is in terrible shape. What did we get here? Okay, we have to undamage these buildings. Buildings' effects are diminished and it cannot be upgraded. Yes, we gotta undamage these buildings. We got a lot of money out of this place. Let's see, what do we actually want to repair? We want to repair that. We want to repair that. Definitely repairing the gold mine. I think I actually don't care very much about a guild marketplace. Like, well, we are producing tradable resources. And also, it does increase the income from all buildings in this province, and this is a province where we have a gold mine. Yeah, sure, let's just fix all this stuff up. I think we still came out ahead on money there. So this is the kind of place where we might want to build, say, a Hall of Oaths. Especially since we already have a functional Gromril Forge here. And then a Slayer Shrine? This is going to be such a good recruitment province. Okay, all we have to do is not lose it. So you need to bring in stuff. I mean, it sure looks like we have access to all of the units that come from those recruitment buildings. In what way does being damaged reduce their capabilities? Alright, we need some Slayers for sure. Let's get some Longbeards to replace some of the warriors. We could use the global recruitment pool a little bit to pull stuff in. It's like, what if I do this? Oh, I'm a little short on money to do it that way. But we're already sitting for 2 turns because we have to wait for the cannon, so we may as well. And holy crap, do we have a lot of
I
money.
must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Okay, he is running just fast enough to stay out of Ungrim's reach.
Man's blood.
But we're gonna head over here anyway, right? Because we need to deal with this situation. So we may as well chase him around. I did not mean to click that. I actually do want to make sure I move him.
Who I am. Don't you fret, it's done.
Can Grombrindle... Okay, Grombrindle could hit Waldenhof this turn. That's probably not actually a good idea, though.
The dwarfs need me.
I'm gonna... I think... We could move out to here and then go into ambush mode to see if he goes after what appears to be an empty Carrot Cadron, and then we can catch him in an ambush. I'm not sure how valuable an ambush actually is, though. I think starting at long range is good for us. Well, we still get to start at long range, I think. I think you can still start far away in one of those. Oh, Karak Ungor. Okay, we need to upgrade the gold mine here. But I have to do something, right? I can't just let him run toward Castle Drakenhof. How far can I get?
I'll do it.
I can't actually get over there via underway stance. It looks like he can. So I guess what I have to do with Grombrindle
You have my axe.
is move as far down this way as possible.
And
We can definitely underway over here from there. And then I am going to go into ambush stance.
I'll see it done.
We'll see if he sees this army disappear. We'll see maybe he wants to go after Carrot Cadron instead. We got to try to distract him. And then that is going to be the end of that turn, and it's going to have to be the end of this video. I really want to hit next turn, but I think there's a pretty good chance we end up in a big vampire battle, and I just don't have the time for another one of those. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you are enjoying the turn of this campaign as much as I am. It's really nice to be on top for a change. Come back next time. We're going to put together a 4th army. We're going to crush some vampires. We're going to probably fight some Norskins for the first time, finally. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of violence. It'll be fun. We'll see you then.